Hello, the world learners. Greetings to you all, and I welcome you to the Legend Educational Consult virtual learning platform once again. I come your way again with integrated science, an aspect of chemistry, a topic called periodic table. Over the years, scientists across the globe have discovered several of chemical elements, over hundreds of them. And scientists tried grouping or arranging these chemical elements in an orderly manner. They later realized they were wrong to some extent because the arrangement considered only the physical properties of the chemical element and overlooked some important properties like the chemical properties of the elements. So in the year 1869, evolved a Russian scientist by name Dmitry Mendeleev. Dmitry Mendeleev started arrangement of chemical elements according to their increasing atomic numbers. And this was arranged on a chart or a special table called the periodic table. So, by far, Dmitry Mendeleev, the Russian scientist, is known as the father of the periodic table. So then, what is the periodic table? By definition, we can say that periodic table is the arrangement of chemical elements according to their increasing atomic numbers, such that elements with similar properties are placed in vertical columns and horizontal rows. I take it again. Periodic table is the arrangement of elements according to their increasing atomic numbers, such that elements with similar properties are placed in vertical columns and horizontal rows. Now, let's look at the periodic table showing the first 20 elements. I know you still have the first 20 elements on your fingertips. Let's rhyme it together, starting from hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, and calcium. So these are the first 20 elements. Let's look at the periodic table showing the first 20 elements quickly. I want to make it as simple as possible. So, my faithful learner, follow me as I draw the table. Okay, so let's draw a long stretch, rectangle. Good. Let's divide the rectangle into two. Then let's divide it horizontally into 8. Good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions. So we have 2 layers, and that gives us 16. We are looking at the first 20 elements. Okay, let's, on the left lower bottom, add 2 sections. That gives us 18. Then on the left top bottom, top part, let's add 1. And on the right far end, we add another 1. And this gives us our 20 divisions, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So now we know the symbols for the first 20 elements. Now we know the numbers. We can gracefully fill the table. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, barium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, and calcium. So this is the periodic table showing the first 20 elements. The periodic table showing the first 20 elements. And that's how it looks like. Good. Now let's look at some common features of the periodic table showing the first 20 elements. One, we can see that on the vertical column we have 8 divisions. From left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So vertical columns we have 8, and the vertical arrangement are called groups. The vertical arrangement are the groups. So we can say that for the first 20 elements, on the vertical we have 8 groups. Starting from here, we have group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, group 7, and group 8. What about horizontal rows? Counting, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we can say on the horizontal we have 4 divisions, and the horizontal arrangement are referred to as periods. So periodic table showing the first 20 elements. We have the vertical arrangement as groups, and we have 8 groups. Then we have periods. Now we can count period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4. Still looking at the features. What are the classical features that binds each group or each period? From our electronic configuration, on the valence shell or the outermost shell, any shell that contains only 1 electron will be placed under group 1. So if we remember, if you have to draw the electronic configuration for hydrogen, lithium, sodium, and potassium, their valence electron is 1, hence placed in group 1. The same thing applies to all the groups. So group 2 have an outermost electron 2, 3 has the same, and up to 8. Nonetheless, on the 8th group, we have helium, which has 2 electrons. But then, some groups have special names, and that will explain why helium is placed under group 8. For the periods are determined by the number of shells that the electron has, or the element has. Now, period 1, all elements that are found in period 1 means that their electronic configuration, they have only 1 shell. That is the K shell. Period 2, they have 2 shells. That is the K and the L shell. So all elements here, from the electronic configuration, they have 2 shells. Period 3 has 3 shells, and period 4 has 4 shells. If you draw the configuration, you would really understand. Good. Now, let's look at some groups and their special names. Group 1, Group 2, Group 7, and Group 8. These groups are assigned special names. Group 1 elements are called alkali or alkaline metals. Group 2 elements are called alkali or alkaline earth metals. Group 7 elements are called halogens. Group 8 elements are called noble, rare, or inert gases. Noble gas, rare gas, or inert gas. So they can ask students, what are some examples of alkali metals? Meaning they are referring to group 1 elements, and we have them here on this horizontal row. So the alkali metals are hydrogen, lithium, sodium, and potassium. The alkali earth metals are barium, magnesium, and calcium. Halogens, we have fluorine and chlorine. Then the noble gases are helium, neon, and argon. The noble gases, they are noble gases, and their characteristic feature is that they have fully filled electronic shell. So you can bear with me that helium has 2 shells on the first shell, that is the single shell, and the K shell takes a maximum of 2 electrons. That is why helium is placed under noble gases. I hope you find this very useful. Subscribe to The Legend Educational Consult on our YouTube channel. Like our videos, like our page, share our videos till it reaches everybody. Have a wonderful time.